Okay, what up ladies and gents, it's your favorite Asian robot right here, hopefully one of your favorite official content creators for the First Descendant, and today I'm going to produce a guide for the medium-sized facility zone, which is the new zone in TFD. I've heard that people claim the hard difficulty is hard, but if you've been using a robot build, there is literally no problem. We've been clearing it in about 5 minutes and 40 seconds if you do a fast run, but today I will show you more of an average run, which is around 6 minutes, but either way, it's not difficult to clear if you have one of my builds. All right, we'll be using Ultimate Luna for this demonstration, but yes, I will come up with the Bunny build and the Jaber build over the next 2 days as well, while also criticizing the new Sword Pass, so look forward to that. Now, before we begin, if you haven't already done so, please register me as your content creator. If you have done so in the past, more than a month ago, register me again, all right? You need to re-register me as your content creator every month or so. Link is in the video description. Thank you very much to those who do and to those who enjoy my content. Now, the other thing is... Remember, we are still partnered with Anime Dakimakura Pillows. If you guys have not gotten your waifu pillows yet, why not? The quality is amazing, and you can get 10% off your entire order, free worldwide shipping. Just head on over to the link in the video description and get yourself an awesome waifu pillow. All right? Yo, you guys haven't heard that in a while, right? Hey, okay, great. So, before we talk about the medium-sized facility zone, here's what I need to tell you. For this particular zone, we are going to demonstrate the Ultimate Luna build, which you should already know and have. If you do not already have it, then, well, pay attention because I'm going to summarize it. That being said, I am simply going to deliver a summary, okay? It is simply a summary of what we have already discussed before, so we're not going to go into detail because I don't want this video to be too long, all right? Okay, if you're ready, then let's get started. Okay. Before we go off and do this, you are going to need your Ultimate Luna. Now, the ideal element for the A-TAMS is going to be toxic, so make sure you've prepared your toxic A-TAMS. We'll go through that in a second, but let me quickly go through all the other stuff in this build. I'm going to remove my camera. Boop. All right, let's go. First and foremost, your reactor. You can use your farming reactor. As I mentioned before, this is the ideal farming reactor. Skill duration up, skill critical hit damage. If you don't have skill critical hit damage, you can have tech skill power boost as well. But this gives me the most bang for my buck, so this is what I have, all right? And of course, you can see my awesome Dark Luna. All right, for your external component set, please use the Enlightened Mage as before. All right, here are the roles for auxiliary power, for sensor, okay, for the Mage memory, and for the Mage processor. You can take screenshots or make sure that your roles are as follows, but that is it. Why do we use the Enlightened Mage set? Because the 2 set effect is skill power 6%, which boosts you up. And the 4 set effect is, although firearm attack is reduced by 12%, you gain a massive boost of non-attribute skill power, which pairs really well with Luna, as I mentioned in my how to play guide, although I did forget to go through it in there. All right. Now, for her modules, please make sure you have the following. You can actually use the Wall Crasher build, which instead of the farming build, which has Decimator there, or MP Collector, or Potent Collector, you swap that to Skill Expansion, which actually gives you a little bit more viability because it helps your skills hit at a longer range, all right? Sorry, it helps the fever time of your skills hit at a longer range, which gives you practically close to double of the range that it has at base, which is really, really easy to stun and all that other kind of stuff. You should already have this exact build, but if you don't like skill expansion, you can go back to the farming build, put Decimator on, or MP Collector, whichever one suits you. We currently use Decimator because, as you guys know, we have modified the weapon build to suit Decimator while still playing in the lazy method. All right, so this is the build that I'll be using. Here you go. Now, before we carry on, I'm just going to quickly talk about the weapon. Here are the weapon roles you will need. You can ignore the weapon cores. All you need is the weapon options. So please ignore the weapon cores. They are completely irrelevant. The most important thing is to have toxic attack, firearm attack, weak point damage. You will need to build 3 different A-TAMS, 1 for each element. But as you guys know, I only have the toxic and electric because the fire one, I don't really bother. I just slap it on electric and it's usually good to go. All right, bonus weapon attack versus Colossus. If you can, gold roll for that. But that is all that is important, especially if you want to boss with Luna. All right. Now, for the weapon modules, the build is exactly the same as what I showed you before, except that now we use Toxic Gun Barrel in place of Toxic Priority. Why? This actually helps to slow the fire rate of her first skill, and this allows her to hit more notes when you're just playing the lazy method, which means that you don't need to use MP Collector or you don't need to rely on it, allowing you more flexibility in the builds. Hence why we have skill expansion, or for those of you that like a bit more farming power, that's why we use Decimator. So this is the build for the A-TAMS. You should already be familiar with it. If you are not, then now's the time to screenshot. Okay, you have the Luna build. You know what to do. Inversion Reinforcer, pretty standard stuff. You should already know this. If you don't have this, then bruh. Okay, I can't help you there. The dog that I'm using is the Mana Potion, all right? I literally call my dog Mana Potion, but it's the Husky so that they recover MP fairly regularly and a set amount, so I find this useful. And Arcade Tuning is the same as before. Please keep in mind that the only thing that ever changed for Arcade Tuning is the Arcade Chain Catalyst. Why do we use this? Because this one has absolutely no difference between that or Arcade Maximization or any of the others, but I find this to be the most universally useful. And like I said, the difference between this and previously Arcade Maximization is so minimal that it barely changes anything, so you can use whichever one. We tested them all, but the changes did not have a heavy impact on the build itself. All right, okay, you understand everything? Let's go off to the Void Vessel. Let's go. Now, I will demonstrate an average run, and I will slow down compared to what you've seen me do on stream because I'm going to explain things along the way. This medium-sized facility zone, unlike the other Void Vessel, has no traps, which is good, and no weapon shields. They only have arcade shields, so skill damage deals, woohoo! But the big downside is that it's boring because there's only one map. There is no variation in the map. Every map is the same. The only thing that changes are which boxes are in the same specific locations. So I'm going to show you the box locations along the way. I'm going to tell you which ones to go for, which ones we skip in order to get the fastest possible runs. Okay? So let's do that. All right, here we go. Now, when the run starts here, you can use your hover bike. So hop on your hover bike and go. All right, as soon as the run starts, you go, 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 go. Okay, get off your hover bike here. Trigger your first skill. Now, you want to get your buff on the third skill straight away, but just do that one. Just do that one thing because you don't want to accidentally trigger Enlightened Mage set. All right. Then trigger all 3 skills as per normal, and bada bing, bada boom, you're going to win. Now, you will want to make sure your A-TAMS is the toxic one because, as you can see, the elites are more or less Legion of Immortality, so they're weak to toxic. And the other ones you don't even need to sweat about. All right, so just play your usual lazy method, like so. And for Ultimate Luna in particular, you can actually just back up if enemies get a little too close. But just keep triggering your Fever Time, blasting your enemies. Like at this point, you don't have to worry about stunning any of them, okay? Just comfortably relax and blast. Okay, once you have to move to the next area, hop straight on your hover bike and off you go. All right, once you get to this location, you want to sort of back up, relax. Relax, take it easy. Okay, Fever Time trigger, haha! Now I win! Alright. Make sure you kill everything. Okay, now here, you can actually just use your grapple. You don't have to run forward, because the enemies that you have to kill are going to spawn down there. Alright, careful not to fall off the map here. If you run out of Fever Time, that's okay. Alright, you want to not focus on the minions, but rip and tear the elites. Okay? What I normally do is I just trigger my Fever Time, then when the second set of elites spawn, which is here, alright, we'll kill them all. Now there's 2 box locations, one there and one right there. We usually skip them because there's no point, alright? Normally I'll just zoom past this, take advantage of Fever Time, and blast these guys here too. Alright, but obviously I had to show you guys the box locations. So here, you want to stay calm. Okay, blast whoever you need to, but mainly your targets are the Farseers, so make sure you grab those. Once you've killed them, these doors open and off you go. Now, the first box location we actually stop at is the one down here. All right, you want to open up your experimental boxes and your special boxes. You can skip the genetics if you're not building Dogarinos, and off you go. Now, you want to get on your platform right before this section so you can back up. Getting knocked off your platform is the worst, and Vanguards will spawn here, and they are not even relevant. Because they are not part of your objective, but they will spawn and be absolute annoyances. So once the next objective spawns, you have to just wipe out 100 enemies, which is pretty easy. All right, after you wipe out 100 enemies, Vanguards will spawn. What you want to do is you want to get all the way back here. All right, trigger your third skill, make sure that's all good. Now, while the Vanguards spawn, just keep jumping and keep staying out of their way. You got to kill the trackers and the slaughterers. That's all that matters. But once you're good, once you've got your fever time back, you can go absolutely ham. Kill off the slaughterers and you're good to go. Then get on your bike and just knock them out of the way. All right, this is what you want to do. Now, the next box location is right here. All right, there are 6 boxes in here. Chances are you'll find plenty that you could open. Okay, so if this one has nothing, get back on your device. And there you go. You can back up here. Ew, itchy ear. Sorry, I had to scratch that. But after you do so, you just want to basically wipe your way through these. The 3 elites will come after you, but you still have to slay 200 here. So make sure you destroy the machines as well. All right, you can just blast them with skills. Once the bubble disappears, they stop functioning. So yeah, just have a good time blasting. That's it. Okay, this section is very easy. You can just stay on your device. Okay, back at full power and off you go again. You see? Nice and easy. Blasty, blasty, blast. Blasty, blasty, blast. Now, once these guys spawn, all right, take out the slaughter first. Okay, then I usually go for the left side one first. You can go left or right side, doesn't really matter. But I have a habit of going for the left side. Then, okay, the slaughter is going to come around. So you want to come around this side, blast him, beat that, and then off you go. Now you can get back on your hover bike and go. Now the next section of boxes is here. There's one here, and then some people choose to move on and skip. But do you know that there's additional boxes up here? So I normally just have a look-see in this room. All right, if there's good stuff, I grab it. If not, then it's okay. I move on, grapple trick, and there we go. Now you just barrel straight through the boss. Now, unfortunately, this is going to be slower because I have to show you all the locations and whatnot. But it's okay. If you practice, you can get your timing down with Ultimate Luna to easily 5 minutes, 40 seconds once you're good to go. All right? Also depends on how fast you fight the boss at the end and whether you get knocked down. But 5 minutes and 40 seconds is very possible. I've gotten 5 minutes 30 myself. I've heard some people got 5:20, but I mean, you know, makes sense because sometimes your runs are just that good. Okay, first and foremost, you want to get your fever time ready. Blast this guy with a stun, and he is done. All right, first phase completed. See? Now, he's going to summon this. What do? Go through each individual section. All right? If your fever time runs out, it's okay. Just make sure you blast these guys. However long it takes, it doesn't matter. But you should try and blast them all. Once they're all blasted, right, you should have built up another fever time. Just stun the guy, blast his face, and you're done. Finished. Finite incantum. There you go. And that's the Void Vessel. It's not difficult at all. Some people have claimed that it's difficult, enemies so hard, but if you got my Luna build, all you have to do is this. You don't even have to activate any of the devices along the way. Just go ham and go crazy. All right? That's all you got to do. Let's take a look at the time it took us. 5 minutes and 57 seconds. I was expecting a 6-minute run because I stopped to show you all the locations. But do you see I could have shaved off like 20 seconds there? It's so easy, guys. Just play Ultimate Luna with my build. Run through it. Easy peasy. And you can stop to collect all the boxes by skipping the first 2. You save 20 seconds and you can just spend your keys on the subsequent boxes. It's that easy. All right? Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to register me as your content creator if you haven't already. And more importantly, don't forget to check out Anime Dakimakura Pillows. All right? We are very happy to be partnered with them. Last but not least, here are our top supporters for October. I know it's early in October. It's only October 2nd. But we already have some top supporters. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Baron. Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you, Lewis. Thank you, Sir Tommy. His name is not up there, but he will be. Thank you to Gabak Dane as well. Dude's so amazing. And thank you again to Joe for top membership for membership gifting and top membership gifter Gabak Dan. He's also in the top super chat list, Gabak is, but I don't know why his name is not up there. I think because I haven't updated yet, Sir Tommy and him are not in there, but they will be. Thank you guys very much. See you on the next one. Don't do anything too weird while I'm gone, okay? Catch you later.